What's going on? Welcome to Blockchain Tech and Finance News. Well, redubbing it Blockchain Tech and Finance, where we're just going to read the news. If you're on the YouTube side, please do subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. We'll go right on into it, into the market cap. Let me know your chats on there. I can see your chats. Let me know what kind of news or projects, NFT arts, things you feel is important, and we'll shout it out right here. I'll show it up right on the stream. All of these YouTube videos are on the recap. All of these articles that we read are on the YouTube recap videos, so you can check them out there and further research and do your own due diligence of further reading. Also, if you are on, let's see, OpenSea and you're into NFTs, you can search KinSAMURAI and OpenSea and Foundation for my art NFT work. You can follow me on TikTok, KinToshi follow me on Instagram, KinToshi and follow me on Twitch, KinToshi for gaming content and other social creation content. Again, this is Blockchain Tech and Finance. We're live every day, weekday, so smash the subscribe button and keep this news rolling. I'm dropping the word news. I gotta stop saying news. Been doing the news so long, and I want to drop the news because a lot of people don't care. Say F the news, don't want to read the news. So we're just gonna do Blockchain Tech and Finance. All right, let's go right on. Let's go right on into it. Start out with the DGIA. Nope, let's go on to US markets, not the futures. Go US. DGIF is up 0.53%. S&P, we're still in the futures. I just clicked the US. Let me load up the US. My other machine streams so much faster. All right, we got the Dow up 1.26%. The S&P 500 is up 1.36%. The NASDAQ is up 1.28%. VIX is up 3.22%. Gold is up 0.11%, and oil is down 0.69%. So we got a pretty green day going on here. We'll see what happens when the markets open and stocks. FTSE Europe markets, we got the FTSE 100 down 0.19%. The DAX up 0.84%. The CAC 40 up 0.18%. The FTSE MIB up 0.63%. The IBEX 35 is up 0.18%. The Stock 600 is up 0.52%. In the Asia markets, we have the Asia Dow up 0.63%. The Nikkei 225 is up 1.21%. Hang Seng is up 2.69%. Shanghai is up 0.23%. Sensex is up 0.39%. Singapore is up 0.36%. In the FX markets, with the euro up 1.3%. The yen up 0.04%. The pound up 0.47%. The Australia dollar is down 0.17%. The DXY index is down 0.25%. The WSJ IDX is down 0.09%. In the rates market, the US 10-year down 0.0353. The Germany 10-year down 0.0301. And the Italy 10-year down 0.036. The Spain 10-year down 0.042. The UK 0.031, and the Japan 10 years up 0.0015. In the futures market, we have the DGAIF up 0.5%, S&P F up 0.49%, the NASDAQ futures is up 0.42%, gold futures is up 0.07%, silver futures is down 0.38%, and the crude oil futures is down 0.77%. In the cryptocurrency markets, we have Bitcoin at $20,710 per BTC, down 0.199%. Ethereum in USD is $1,578.26 per ETH, is down 1.61%. XRP is down 2.62%. Bitcoin Cash down 1.65%. Litecoin is up 0.85%, and Monero USD is up 0.08%. Let's go right into the first piece of news article I have here. Go right on into it. No more transitions, no more anything. Just keep on reading. All right, so there's going to be two videos today. It's going to be two separate videos. This is a mashup from the past week. So we're going to do news mashup from the past week, and we're going to go right on to new news for the day. So 1 billion crypto hack fears spur of 20% gala plunge, but firm implies it attacked its itself as a safeguard. All Gala tokens on Ethereum, as well as the underlying bridge collateral, are safe, an affiliated firm tweeted. And it was a FUD dip on the ERC20 on multiple exchanges, and I bought that FUD dip. Chaos and it did it correct. Chaos ensnared Gala Games late Thursday as fears of a potentially billion-dollar hack or maybe a rug pull drove its Gala token down 20%. Meanwhile, a firm apparently related to the crypto play-to-earn platform said the platform had actually effectively attacked itself to prevent bad actors from absconding with users' money. Concerns developed after a single blockchain address appeared to mint over 1 billion worth of Gala token out of the thin air, when crypto watchdog's Peck Shield flagged that P Network, which provides routing infrastructure for decentralized finance, DeFi, and gaming tokens, including apparently Gala, seemed to imply it was behind the mint. We noticed P Gala wasn't to be considered as safe anymore and coordinated the white hat attack to prevent Gala from being maliciously exploited, the firm said, suggesting the new tokens were printed as a way to help P Network drain a faulty PancakeSwap pool. All Gala tokens on Ethereum, as well as the underlying bridge collateral are safe, P Network tweeted, explaining the trouble was due to some kind of misconfiguration of the P Network. Decentralized exchanges like PancakeSwap use tools to let users swap between currencies without the use of a middleman. The newly printed Gala tokens were used to drain Gala pools and other currencies. So people were basically early on like buying the tanked Gala, and they were telling people to stop buying it because I think Huobi pool still had like exchanging open for a bit, so people were like buying there and selling on Huobi for a bit, and then Huobi had to suspend. I'm sure that happened for a little bit, and then they kind of cut that off. All right, these are news briefs, so I'm going to keep going here fairly quickly to this news segment in a past weekly mashup over the weekend. In the past week, JP Morgan's blockchain unit CEO says consumer protections needs to be a priority in digital assets. The key points here is JP Morgan, DBS Bank, and SBI Digital Asset Holdings successfully conducted transactions to tokenize foreign exchange and government bonds in Project Guardian, one of various blockchain initiatives kicked off by the Singapore government. JP Morgan's digital asset unit CEO Umar Farouk told CNBC in an interview that a lot of time was spent mitigating risks in these transactions. The next step is to have an identity solution in place to protect customers and their money. Otherwise, this would not scale, he said. Banks have to prioritize consumer protection as they embark on digital asset experiments, said Umar Farouk, chief executive officer of JP Morgan's blockchain unit in Onyx. Many blockchain projects and other crypto protocols have the potential to make financial services more efficient, accessible, and affordable, but without proper precautions, they could also expose customers to cybersecurity risks. In recent months, many crypto investors have been stuck by hacks and scams. For example, Exchange Binance was hit by a $570 million hack in October, and Deribit lost $28 million in a hot wallet hack this month. What a bank needs to do from a regulatory point of view and customers' point of view is we need to protect our customers, and we cannot lose their money, Farouk said during a panel at Singapore FinTech Festival 2022 on Wednesday. I do think you need some sort of identity solution or know your customer solution, which verifies who the human being that is interacting is and what they are allowed to do, because without that, in the long term, it just doesn't work, he added in an interview with CNBC. He explained that JP Morgan is using a solution called verifiable credentials that live in the customer's blockchain wallet. When a customer goes to a protocol to trade, the protocol validates the credential. I can't foresee people being able to send money across borders if no one checks and no one knows who's sending money to who, because sooner or later they will be in a money laundering incident, said Farouk. So these are very fundamental things that need to be addressed before you even get to systemic issues. Education, protection, and identity need to be in place, he said. Right. This article goes on. This has a lot of key points in it. Enclosure. So basically, in the pilot, DBS Bank, JP Morgan, and SBI Digital Holdings conducted transactions in tokenized foreign exchange and government bonds. Tokenizing a financial asset involves converting its ownership rights into digital tokens. It allows financial transactions such as borrowing and lending to be performed autonomously on a blockchain without the need for intermediaries. It was the first time we had tokenized deposits. I actually think it's the first time any bank in the world has tokenized wallets on a public blockchain, Farouk told CNBC in an interview. Using public blockchain, we had to spend a lot of time thinking through identity. We did lots of audits of smart contracts because, again, they were publicly visible. And finally, it was using a protocol to actually make it all happen. It's a lot of managing the risks, and all of these were first for us, he said. Cool. Well, there's got to be first for everything for technology innovation to move forward and how we transact. So JP Morgan's blockchain unit CEO says consumer protection needs to be a priority in digital asset projects. Let's keep going. So Goldman Sachs takes the latest step into crypto space with the autonomy system. American multinational bank Goldman Sachs NYSE is working with investment firm MSCI and cryptocurrency intelligence firm Coinmetrics to launch a new digital asset classification system called Autonomy. It classifies crypto coins and tokens based on how they are used. It aims to better track crypto tokens so that investors and industry participants can efficiently monitor the market. This new system of coin classification can track trends in different segments of crypto, such as smart contract platforms and DeFi. New database to make sense of emerging trends. Anne Mary Darling, head of marquee client strategy and distribution, Goldman Sachs, said, in quote, the collaboration brings together MSCI's expertise in critical decision support, tools and services, Coinmetrics intelligence in the digital asset space, and Goldman Sachs innovative platforms paired with over 150 years of experience in financial markets to help solve this problem for clients. The database aims to help market participants understand development in various crypto spaces such as decentralized finance, DeFi, and smart contract platforms. Goldman Sachs' involvement in the crypto space through Goldman Sachs though Goldman Sachs has desisted from directly investing in cryptocurrencies, it has been working toward integrating blockchain technology into its trading and other business practices. In short, in closure, in April this year, it was reported that Goldman Sachs offered its first ever Bitcoin loan. At the same time, it began offering Bitcoin and Ethereum-based financial solutions to its high net worth individuals, HNWI clientele. It is contemplating offering these crypto instruments to financial institutions too. The Wall Street Journal mentioned in August 2022 report that the Wall Street's biggest banks, including Goldman Sachs, have been working to integrate blockchain technology into trading and other businesses. However, these blockchains would obviously be different from decentralized DeFi blockchains in that they would be more controlled and managed by said banking institutions themselves, in coordination with things like Intel, Hypersoft Ledger, blockchain protocol builds, and stuff like that. Goldman Sachs takes latest steps into crypto space with the autonomy system. So basically, these banks and these financial sector people providing these blockchain solutions are going to be using up their own rolled up blockchain for processing such transactions and such. So it seems a bit, or building like maybe protocols of a tokenized asset on the Ethereum blockchain. UK lawmakers open inquiry into NFT regulation. There are fears that the bubble may burst. This is from writer Turner Wright from Cointelegraph. According to the DCMS committee, NFT regulation in the UK is largely non-existent, with lawmakers planning to assess the assets ahead of a review by the Treasury Department. Members of the United Kingdom's Digital Culture, Media and Sport Committee have opened an inquiry to hear from the public on the potential benefits and risks of non-fungible tokens or NFTs and blockchain on the country's economy. The DCMS committee said its inquiry was related to the sudden growth of the NFT market, responding to fears that the assets may be overvalued and at risk of the bubble bursting. According to the committee, NFT regulation in the UK is largely non-existent, with the DCMS planning to assess the assets ahead of a review by the Treasury Department. NFTs swept through the digital world so fast that we had no time to stop and consider, said committee chair Julian Knight. Now that the market is veering wildly and there are fears that the bubble may burst, we may need to understand the risks, benefits, and regulatory requirements of this groundbreaking technology. The lawmaker added, in quote, our inquiry will investigate whether greater regulation is needed to protect these consumers and wider markets from volatile investments. This inquiry will also help Parliament understand the opportunities presented by an exciting new technology which could democratize how assets are bought and sold. Setting examples of NFT, including the NFT of Jack Dorsey's first tweet, the committee encouraged users to submit evidence before its deadline of January 6th for an analysis of both the benefits and risks of the technology on the economy. The DCMS committee noted the global NFT sales were roughly 17 billion at the end of 2021, but fell more than 90% from August 2021 to March 2022. The UK government has also moved forward on its financial services markets bill, which aimed to broaden the country's regulatory framework on stablecoins. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, though in office less than 2 weeks, previously expressed support for the creation of a Royal Mint NFT in the UK, establishing a central bank digital currency. Let's go into the next piece of news here from Cointelegraph as well. NFTs are still in great demand as unique traders rise 18% in October from DApp Radar report found that despite all fall in NFT trading volumes and sales counts through October, monthly unique traders increased. October may have seen a decline in non-fungible token NFT trading volumes and sales, but analytics from firm DApp Radar says an 18% growth in monthly unique NFT traders shows the market is still in great demand. According to November 3rd report from DApp Radar, the number of monthly unique NFT traders in October reached 1.11 million, increasing 18% from September of approximately 950,000. This is despite trading volumes falling 30% to 662 million in October, the lowest registered in 2022, while the sales count decreased by 30% to 6.13 million, the firm added. End quote. The rise in the unique traders account indicates that new people are entering the NFT market and is still in great demand. I'm going to leave this there. That's about that. In short, you get it, right? Up 18%. Let's go into the BBC News and Technology. Billions being spent on the metaverse land grab. So, basically, nearly 2 billion has been spent on virtual land in the last 12 months as people and companies race to get a foothold in the metaverse, research shows. But we are years away from the metaverse emerging as a single immersive space online where people can live, work, and play in virtual reality. So is the land grab one big gamble? This is a person exhibiting their work in a voxels type world. They bought this land for 1,500 euro. So this plot are about the size of a small family house. If you compare them to the size of her avatar, the tallest stretches up over the 3 floors and has a roof terrace with a white and black striped road crossing and a pink taxi permanently driving back and forth just for fun. And then their artworks in here. Hold down the key and can fly up to take a look at my neighborhood. Angie explains. Above her gallery, you can see thousands of identical boxes of land stretching into the horizon. So yeah, voxels is one of dozens of virtual worlds that describes themselves as metaverses. It is confusing because people often talk about the metaverse as if there was only one. But until one platform starts to dominate, or these disparate worlds join together, companies are selling land and experiences in their own versions. So, what's the main point? Let's go to a closing point. Yeah, Gucci's got stuff in there, and Sandbox, probably multiple towns. Yeah, Gucci has had more than 36 million visits in the year since it was launched. Nike Land has recorded more than 25 million in 11 months. In Gucci Town, players can buy clothing for their avatars with real money. In Nike Land, they can obtain T-shirts and shoes for avatars with points earned by playing games. But it is not certain if and when I'm going to skip this. Basically, I want to see some closing points here. Even if the virtual world in which Meta owners of Facebook and Instagram is investing billions of dollars, leaked memos show people are not staying for long. But Ms. Luton is convinced that as these worlds develop, people will come. And I agree with that. Yeah, there will be, in quote, there will be for sure a mass market in this because if you think about the younger generation, they already play games. For them, there's no distinction between virtual and real, but it still needs to be built. So it's still being built, right? And Meta is definitely heavily investing into that. Let's go into billions being spent in metaverse land grab. Let's go into 3 last pieces of news for the past week. Mashup, an overview. I'll be cutting the stream. I'll be going back with the daily new news. That's most important now. It's from Yahoo Finance. Going to some stock and finance news. Stock market news live updates. The stock cap Friday higher. Stocks cap Friday higher. Week lower on heels of monthly jobs report. Songwriter Alexandra Semenova, reporter for Yahoo Finance. U.S. stocks were firmly higher Friday, but down for the week as traders assessed monthly employment figures that did little to thwart the likelihood of more aggressive monetary tightening and weighed talks that China may ease COVID restrictions. The S&P 500 advanced 1.4%, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average jumped more than 400 points, or about 1.3%. The technology-focused Nasdaq Composite posted a gain of roughly the same magnitude. Still, all three major averages were down for the week. The Dow finished for the first time in 5 weeks. The UK economy added 261,000 jobs in October, while September's reading was upwardly revised to 315,000 from 263,000 previously reported. The Labor Department said Friday economists expected a payroll gain of 195,000 last month, according to consensus estimates compiled by Bloomberg. The unemployment rate ticked up to 3.7%. Today's stronger than expected report illustrates the difficult task that lies ahead for the Fed, wrestling a resilient labor market and sticky inflation. Mike Loengart, head of model portfolio construction at Morgan Stanley's Global Investment Office, said in emailed comments, while the number may be disappointing for investors hoping for a dovish Fed sooner rather than later, keep in mind it was the lowest reading in 2 years, so that there could be signs that the market is slowing. Let's see. I want to jump through some main points here. In closure, central banks across the globe have moved and lockstep with the U.S. Federal Reserve to proceed with a combative path of monetary tightening, raising concerns about the impact of synchronized rate increases. The Bank of England raised rates by 75 basis points on Thursday, while European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde said in recent remarks that rates may need to be raised in restrictive levels to drag inflation back to the 2% target. While monetary policy has held investors' attention this week, corporate earnings have continued to rush in. Shares of Block S&Q surged 11% after the company meaningfully beat estimates on strong performances as its Cash App and Square payment offerings. Let's see. PayPal, meanwhile, saw shares fall nearly 2% after the company slashed its revenue forecast to 8.5% from its prior outlook of 18%, even as it beat on earnings results. Twilio shares tanked 35% after the cloud communications company missed on earnings and reported softer than expected guidance. Toymaker Funko's stock plunged almost 60% after the company reported big earnings miss and slashed its annual forecast ahead of the holiday season. Meanwhile, shares of Alibaba gained 7%, along with a broad rally in Chinese stocks amid speculation the country will halt its strict zero COVID policy. All right, so that's that for this. Stock market news live updates. The stocks cap Friday higher, week lower on heels of monthly jobs report. Got 2 pieces of news left here. We'll cut the stream and we'll be right back with the new stream. So in news morning brief from last week, we had top diplomats from the leading economists known as the Group or Seven or G7 are worried about how Ukrainians will get through the winter. Germany's foreign minister Annalena said Russia will make the cold weather hard. President Putin is bombing not only villages and cities, he's also now bombing power plants that millions of citizens need so heavily in their homes. So those cities he can conquer by bombs or military means. He obviously wants them to starve and freeze to death. She spoke to the start of 2 days of talks between G7 diplomats in the German city of Munster. NPR's Michael Kellerman traveled there with the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and joins now in this statement here. So I mean, basically, they're kind of striking. That was kind of striking to see these images of the German chancellor making high-profile trip to Beijing, along with a whole host of German business executives, and it's at a time when the G7 foreign ministers met here to talk about maintaining a tough line on China. Foreign ministries had a working dinner in China last night. U.S. officials said they think the G7 is aligned. They talked about what they can expect from Xi Jinping, who had strengthened his control in China. They don't want China to gain access to sensitive Western technology or get control over strategic sectors, and that includes, by the way, a German report. U.S. officials said they strongly suggested to Germany that they not give a controlling stake in the port of Hamburg. They seem satisfied with the results of that, but diplomats also want to leave the door open to cooperate with China. Cooperate with China on things that climate change and other global matters. Let's see. Yeah, this is a long article. I'm not going to read through. This is basically in closing points. Yeah, I'm not going to read through this. Basically, I'm going to leave this article in there. You can do your own research on this NPR interview and the morning news brief there. It is about the G7 and a lot of that stuff. But these are basically notation points from the past week. Zelensky hails UN nuclear investigation result. UK says Russia likely shooting its retreating soldiers. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky praised the work of the International Atomic Energy Agency after it wrapped up its inspection of 3 nuclear power facilities in Ukraine and found no evidence of undeclared nuclear material activities. The inspection, which was prompted by Kyiv, inviting IAEA officials to its facilities, was welcome news after Moscow accused Ukraine of building a so-called radioactive dirty bomb to use in its own territory. The results of an inspection confirmed Russia's status of the world's top liar. Ukrainian Foreign Affairs Minister Dmytro Kuleba said in a tweet. Meanwhile, Russian missiles have hit populated areas of Ukraine's southern regions. The governor said, although no casualties were reported, as the battles around Kherson and other parts of Ukraine's southeast press on, reports of low Russian troop morale continue, with the UK's defense ministry suggesting that Russian troops are being ordered to shoot their own soldiers if they try to retreat. Accounts of this have been shared in independent Russian media outlets. All right, so that's what I have on this news brief right now from the past weekend mashup here on Blockchain Tech and Finance. I'm going to be closing this stream out here. All right. So I'll be right back with the new news here in about not even like 1 minute. I'm going to close out this stream. I'm going to be right back. And we'll keep going. So if you're on the YouTube side, please do subscribe, turn on the bell notifications right here to Blockchain Tech and Finance. And yeah, this is live every day, weekday. If you're into NFT art, search KinsArt on OpenSea and Foundation. Follow me on TikTok, KinToshi.gg. Follow me on Instagram, KinToshi.gg. And follow me on Twitch, KinToshi.gg, for extra gaming content and social content across the board. Let's go.